What is up, everybody? Brett here, back today. Happy to be playing some more Battle Brothers. After taking a little bit of a break, I'm playing some fun indie games, some roguelites. Back in the strategy game that I love so much. We are going to be picking up where we left off last time, still playing as the Light Brigade. We are in such an interesting spot where I feel like we're nearing the end of the war between the North and the South, that I wanted to kind of see it through to the end, and we're also given an interesting mission here to defend the holy site. It is different than the last time we came here. The last time we came here, we had to take it. This time we have to defend it, and we may end up getting some different options, some different choices here as we go. This battle that we just took ended up taking a lot of damage, especially here on our Hamian. We have a level on Theodore. Let's look at his stats. Definitely want melee skill, that's for sure. What else? Were we doing something really funky with him? Because I see that we were pumping HP ridiculously because of his points here. Probably mostly just for fun, I have to imagine. Yeah, I'm not going to pass that. That's pretty cool. His fatigue is also quite large. But it's hard to pass a 3 in melee defense for anything, really. His melee defense is quite low. I'm going to take that since his fatigue is still good. And then with his perk, there's a lot of good options here. I like Underdog. I'm also looking at Fast Adaptation since his melee skill is only at 70. He'll end up getting to, like the low 80s or something by the time he's max level. For now, maybe I'll just go ahead and take the Underdog. He also doesn't have a Mastery. I want to say we have a Hammer Master on this squad, and it is Mudun. And while he is currently using a Warhammer as his primary weapon, I don't know if he's going to continue using it. So let's grab Underdog. Can't go wrong with that. That's just a straight up solid perk. And before we go ahead and get here, we are going to need to heal, man. And repair as much as we can. I'm also noticing that our oath is going to expire in a day, which is going to allow us to use our shields again without fear of missing out on this solid buff. Hey guys, you want to help me defend the city real quick? You got a few assassins, maybe let me borrow those dudes? Looks like the answer there is going to be a no. And this also kind of brings up an interesting question. Let's go ahead and camp, kind of speed up the process of repairs. And healing. Healing, we heal at like midday, which we'll probably wait till. So we're going to wait until this expires to attack. But the real question is whether or not we wait to get a new one. And I don't think we do, because so often these have not really been benefits for us. They're mostly like challenges that we have to overcome and figure out how to play around. And this might be a difficult enough battle that I just want to have a standard fight. When it comes to Mortal Kombat, there's only one way to be sure: total annihilation. And the weapon of choice in this death-dealing endeavor is that of the two-hander. The men of the Light Brigade took to the oath of wrath like moths to a fiery, half-completed blacksmith's iron, when it retches from the coals red-hot and blazing. The smithy standing over it as some mad executioner, hammer in hand, ready to flatten its glowing edges into a finished product of ultimate killing. And he turns it up and realizes the chunk of metal is too large for an ordinary man, but big enough to cleave someone in two if put in proper hands. That might be the longest sentence I've ever read. And so the Light Brigade disregarded defense and welcomed bloodletting with open arms. Blood slaked, and with satiated wrath, the Light Brigade is ready to take its next oath. The company gained renown, and we went above and beyond. We filled the extra criteria and got extra renown. Death to the Oathbringers. Okay, so now we can go ahead and check our renown. We're currently at great status. No surprise to me. But we're at 2,730, which is good. But in order to unlock our last seat, we're going to need to get to 3,350. So we need 600 more, essentially. And with this, I definitely want to wait till midday to see what could be healed. Okay. This injury on her Hamian is worrying. Fractured ribs, putting him down to 40 fatigue is pretty crap. Plus his armor's beat up. So I think he's going to get subbed. Unless we really want to wait here. Who are we going to bring in? Could bring in Heracles. Just go ahead and put maybe like Ozpin Or Miguel here out on the flank. Bring in Thorbin. Heracles, yeah. Yeah, I don't hate this. A little more ranged punch. And let's get in there. Our actual squad is good to go. But what we need to do now, before I actually forget, Jesus, is go ahead. I do have fire pods, which I may end up needing. But let's go ahead and give our shields back to our frontline bros. And also Theodore here. Columbo. Knocked. And I think that's all of our frontliners who don't have two-handed weapons. Could always put one of those in the back pocket. Though we probably won't use it. I wish we had some bandages and stuff. That's what we really need to get a hold of next time we're in town. Yeah, I think that's it. And until we get something like Duelist here, I'm not going to worry too much about missing out on some damage effectiveness. I'd much rather have the security that the shields give me. You don't have a dagger. You can still hold a fire pot. Just in case we want it. Alright guys, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the ancient city and see what's ahead of us. Ironically, the leveled city which dwells beneath the half-blown mountain finally feels eerily abandoned. Few of the faithful linger, the rest having departed long before the religious strife arrives upon their tent cities and spiritual interloping. We'll set up camp here. You believe you have made a modest defense out of what positions the ancient city can give. With what little time remains, there's probably at least one serious task you can set the Light Brigade to completing. It's just a question of what exactly would suit the company best. Build Palisades. I've done this one before, and it left me the most open Palisades you could possibly imagine, where they ended up not doing anything. But we do have great range, so depending on how good they are, it could be very useful. Search these grounds for anything that could be of use to us. I've also done this before, and found just junk. It's like, here's a bow and like a shirt. And sometimes they'll give you something a little bit expensive to kind of offset it. Or recruit some of the faithful to help us in the defense. This might actually be useful. It just depends on how strong they are. And how many they give us. I'm more interested if I could predict the Palisades, or I could predict what they would give us. This is like, hey, I'm so strong already, I'm not scared of this fight. Give me some free stuff. This plays into our ranged, and then this is just, I think, steady good. Let me recruit some of the faithful to help in the defense. I think that's the best option for us. And whatever money we might have made off of the free stuff, we might end up making back anyway by having these dudes take all the damage over us and us not having to spend all of our cash on tools and medical supplies. There is a little bit to be said for that. What few faithful still linger around the ancient city must be the most fervent and zealous. Being that you are here representing the South, you have the men pick out a few followers of the Guilder and ask that they fight for their god. It is a convenient recruiting tool if there ever was one, and they are quick to arm themselves and undergo the shortest of training. You can only hope they are of any use in the actual battle to come. Oh god. Okay. Well, maybe they're gonna suck. Don't stray too far away is what it says. The Northerners appear, but it is not in full force, and nor is it necessarily just their scouts. It seems they have spent little time keeping cohesion, and have instead spread themselves out on the approach. If you were to sally forth and attack now, you likely catch them with their drawers down. Yeah, we need to seize this opportunity. Prepare the men to sally forth. Good call. The words of Columbo the Missing follow your order. Set to a fast pace, the Light Brigade sets out to catch the Northerners before they muster their full strength. You cross the field, and before you know it, are upon them. I wonder if we'd have done this with the Palisades built, if we'd have got the benefit of this. They're still offloading gear and equipment, and at the very sight of you, a few camp followers up and run for their lives. The rest of the soldiers hurry to collect their weapons. Judging by his shrill voice, the only commander in the area isn't trained for this sort of thing, as his voice cracks with every barked order, as some semblance of a formation tries to take shape. Wasting no more time, you charge into the fray. Let's see if they're actually tough. Many footmen, a few billmen, a few arbalisters, a standard bearer, and some citizens. Citizens are just going to get wrecked and probably give us some beneficial like morale. The arbalisters, I mean, there's nothing here that's scary other than potentially the arbalisters, or they could be sick and we could be super happy to see them because it means that we'll get potentially a tier 3 crossbow, which is exactly what we've got in front of us. Yeah, I'm not that scared of this army, though that doesn't mean they can't hurt me, because they can. And we see here that our citizens are useless. That sucks. I wish I had taken the free stuff now, because them getting wrecked might actually hurt me. Or at the very least, it'll buff their morale to the point where they feel like they have some advantage. And I notice that their arbalisters are behind their front line, which means that their range is such that they can't reach me, but I can reach them, which gives me the advantage. I talked to someone in the comments section about the idea of putting my ranged units in the front to give me yet even more range before the opening fights. Or before the opening turns, I should say, and then potentially rotating the front line in the front, or not even using rotation, just stepping through. But this is the exact type of battle that my formation is meant to go against. We'll take these 47s. Okay, we step in here. 65, 72, bam. Gotta love Mudu, man. We can do a nice aim shot here, but I think they're going to step forward, so I'm going to pass. These dudes are going to come forward. They might try to hide. We'll step here to cover our own arbalister. God, I want to get lucky here. I didn't get it. That is okay. Let's see what they do. They just don't have enough shieldmen to cover everyone. That pole hammer is one of the more dangerous weapons on the field. We'll wait here. I really want to see how they move. We could... I'm going to aim shot here. It was a decent chance to hit 66. While he's still in the open. 65, let's take that. The chance of injuring him, pierced arm muscles, making him less accurate, perhaps, before he gets a chance to fire, was the general idea. And there's the standard bearer. Let's see if we can finish this guy here. Damn, not quite. He must have very little HP left. But a kill here would mean a reset, which is beautiful. Reset thanks to Berserker. And some good damage on their last... Well, not last Billman. I see here they have another one. A hit there would have been nice. But we've got tons of options here. Let's start shooting at this standard bearer. You poor citizens. You guys ever watch Starship Troopers? All the propaganda videos in that movie where they talk about becoming a citizen, a galactic citizen or whatever it is. Otmar takes a shot to the face, but he's got 112 HP. And just like that, the reset was nice, but we ended up whiffing it. I don't know what the odds were there. But very happy to be fading these arbalister shots. Gonna need to work through these footmen in the front with their shields in order to get some good clear shots. That sucks. And there's the confidence for them that we didn't want them to get. Let's see how much damage Miguel can do to this guy. That's good damage plus a stun, man. You can't beat that. Doesn't really get that much better than that in Battle Brothers. And only a 20-something% chance to hit here. I wonder why it's quite that bad. Because that's not good. That's pretty low for him, I feel like. Let's shoot into here and just hope to get lucky. I'll take 2 38%ers. Get that fighting spear out, 57. Let's go for that guy. And they're doing a good job of covering up the back line now. Let's shoot in, hope to hit anything. I was about to say that was a mistake. Gonna go for the stun. We're lucky enough to get it. And 2 stacks of bleed from a Cleaver Master is gonna spell pretty much doom for this guy. We'll pass here. Thought about getting out the billhook. What we can do is start inching Miguel closer to the back line. It gives some of these dudes clear lines of sight. If we can kill... I was going to say, if we can get rid of him before he gets a chance to shoot, and it looks like we're going to have a chance. Arathorn is going to have to land this shot. Never mind, we've been blockaded. I'm still going to take these shots because we don't really have much better. Nice, didn't even shoot. Go for the 58%. Quick draw, let's go ahead and get this out. I'm going to say, if we get that kill, we'll be pretty pleased with ourselves. Man, 2 turns in a row this guy has vexed me. Could have stepped in, but this guy is not long for this world. And I didn't want a footman to step in on Anthony. If you were wondering about my reasoning there. And we're going to step in here and be happy to do it. Would love to get rid of this Billman before he gets a chance to cause mischief. But what we should probably do is go ahead and get this Warhammer out. Can't quite get there. So let's just hit him. Once again, no good shots, really. Okay, they're bringing in a fresh bro. Much better chance just with the regular dagger. Landed that stun. I was not expecting that. I was going to say, here comes the pole hammer. Could end up being catastrophic, but ended up not being so bad at all. Very nice. And we're getting to the meaty underbelly of this little army here. Nice. And it looks like we didn't get the crossbow. What the hell, man? Well, that sucks. That was the prize for this fight. Would have been another tier 3 crossbow. Yeah, that feels bad, man. Little rally for these dudes. Let's see if Mudun can break his miss streak. Otmar really is the only one taking big damage this fight. That hurt. We'd have got the kill and then got the reset to kill the other Arbalister. That would have been good. Step in here. Was hoping for a bit of a scare, but I don't think we're going to get that. And our archer is missing wildly, man. $47, $49. See if we can get a decap. Galdrick landed his shots this battle. And an injured shoulder. Kind of paying us back for not being able to shut this guy down when we could have. Happy that he's running, but he's going to get away? What the hell? We don't want him to get away. That weapon is by itself worth a good chunk of cash. I'm going to say maybe this guy could go in there. And he just jumped in and took a kill. Wonderful. Damn, I thought we would get that. But that'll work. That'll work. I'll take all of that. That was all very good. Still would like for him not to kill me. By kill, I just mean do some damage to me, of course. With the injured shoulder, which does a 25% debuff to our damage inflicted. And almost all the citizens went down this battle. Kind of funny. Except this one guy who's got a story to tell. He's going to make it out alive. And yeah, very glad we got the opportunity to ambush these dudes. I don't know if that triggers every time. It probably doesn't. And the fact that we didn't build Palisades, I'm pretty sure had we built them, we'd be foregoing them right now to take this fight. I feel like I've had that exact dilemma before, and I made the different choice. I made the choice of building the Palisades and then not using them because I got the opportunity to get out ahead. Voodoo, man. You're killing me, Smalls. That was a 95%er you missed. There's a show that GQ puts out on YouTube where they get experts to review like movies and stuff and talk about their levels of realism. It's a pretty cool show. It's a pretty fun show. Curious if you guys have ever watched it. Happy to get a lot of this stuff. There's going to be some minor upgrades here for us. But there's one where they get, well, there's a couple where they get, like experts to talk about sword fighting. There's one who's like a Japanese sword fighter. There's one who focuses more on like European sword fighting. There's a guy who's a spear fighting expert. I was watching the one with the Navy SEALs. There's a bunch of cool ones if you guys haven't seen it before. You could find it pretty easy. I don't remember what the name of the series is. But like GQ expert talks about movies, like however you want to look it up. But it's a fun one. It's a fun series to get into. You finish off the last of the soldiers, the look of surprise still grimly shaped across their faces. Captain, got the rest coming, Osmond says, returning from a quick gaze of the horizon. Nodding, you order the men to get ready. This time the Northerners are making an approach in good formation, though it briefly wavers at the sight of you and the dead littered about your feet. Their banner rises into the sky and the Northerners are revivified, charging forth with anger and energy. You look down at Osmond and brush a piece of organ off his shoulder. When he looks back, you simply smile. The fun's here. You should look nice for it. Rally, rally, get ready. And this time, I think the few citizens are our citizens. But the war dogs are going to go down fast. Once again, no like knight, no officer. This is almost an identical fight for us, except the war dogs are going to go down. And we did get a refill. We got a refill on citizens. Nice. So here we're definitely not going to use our ranged attacks on the war dogs. Though it's tempting. We're 100% going to use them on their arbalisters. That was a pretty pitiful display there, sir. Because our frontliners wouldn't be able to do much anyway besides throw at shielded footmen. So let's just use them for their intended purpose and beat down these war dogs. There we go. And that should be enough to get that kill. These misses here on this one arbalister are going to cost us, yeah. Because now the guy's going to step in and our chance to hit is gone. Let's go ahead and take an aim shot. I don't know if I've got fast adaptation on all these guys, but I hope so. I hope so. 52% chance, not bad. Did we injure him? Pierced his side. Good. That's good enough. Miguel here. Getting his smasher out early. If we step in here, we can't make an attack, so I'm not going to. It's a pretty crappy miss. Went for the decap, and you see here we got some confidence going. And we wait, and we wait. Nice, and a one-shot, one-kill. That's the type of damage we needed, man. Well done, Arathorn. Once again, if we could get that weapon, man, in the hands of Quick Draw, that would be sick. Now, I gotta remember, we got a few bros that are a little bit dinged up. Otmar, as well as Anthony. Is anyone else hurt? Heracles a little bit. He's got a touch of the hurt. Everyone else is pretty damn good. One of the difficulties of this fight is definitely that they weren't going to give me a chance to recuperate. But here we let them step in. You guys come to me. We're going to rest this turn. Nice. On Theodore, that did almost no damage. Love to see it. I'm just going to shoot into the back. I'm really not expecting much to open up here. These citizens are brave, but also pretty dumb. they're taking a lot of my position and not letting it so that these guys step forward, and they're also giving them confidence that we don't want them to have. Talked about that. It's pretty brutal. When we start to waver them and all of a sudden they become confident because they killed some dude who didn't help us at all. They're mildly breaking up their formation, but look at the confidence they just instilled. That's good damage. I step in here and I can't attack. So we wait. Let's see what this guy does. I step in here and I've got a big attack. I'll take it. Those are very lucky shots. I'll never complain about that. And we missed 3 attempts to bypass this guy's shield wall with a heater shield. Pretty difficult to get past that. I don't know if they have shield expert or anything like that, but it wouldn't surprise me. Theodore here. Let's back up Muldoon by closing in instead of just hanging out and throwing. Didn't get the stun, huh? Kind of same idea here with Ozpin. Let's give ourselves some better surrounds. Went for the decap and got it. Go for a second one? Holy crap, the double decap. Galdrick. The amount of damage done. I don't know if it calculates that whenever you get a decapitation, but maybe we could check that out in the end screen if I remember. See if it maybe figured the damage. I actually don't know how the AI tries to calculate. Not the AI really, but I don't know how the game calculates that. At the end, if you don't know, it tells you how much damage your brothers took and how much damage they did. I'll take those. Whew. Every time we don't get hit by that, I'm going to breathe a sigh of relief. That's great for us. And with that, we're able to step in on the Billman. And almost everyone is locked down now. Quick draw, let's go ahead and quick draw out a bill hook. Say there's some damage that they can still do, but we are wrecking them, man. I don't want to let anyone escape if I can help it. I didn't see that tree until the last second. Otherwise, I would not have taken that attack. Huh. Yeah, I'll step down here. Okay. And Galdrick, just an absolute terror there. This guy, we don't want to let him escape either. He's got a falchion. That's a kind of a costly sword. I'll take this 51%er. Nice, and if we get it, we'll feel like geniuses. I guess I don't really feel like a genius, but it worked out. And guys, I know I've talked about this a little bit on other series and perhaps other episodes, but for those of you who only watch my Battle Brothers content, I am going to Italy tomorrow. Like, I've got to be at the airport at like 3 in the morning with my kids. So I'm recording this the day before. It's kind of like a stressful de-stressor. Give me something else to think about. But I feel like I've gotten everything ready. I've been just non-stop preparing for this trip. It's my first time flying internationally. I've never been to Europe. Which kind of goes without saying when you say you've never flown internationally. But I'm excited about it, man. I don't know if any of you out there are from Italy or have traveled Europe. But I'm pretty excited. I'm doing it with my kids, which is kind of the big deal. If it was just me, I don't know if I would have spent all this money. It also wouldn't have cost as much, to be fair. But It's mostly for my kids to experience the world a little bit. And a slightly more morbid line of thought. Just like, you never know how long you have, man. I'm not a rich man. Going to Italy is not easy for me to do. So I'm playing this, recording it, and trying not to stress out. Another male halberd, which I think we're going to make use of, and male coif, which I think we're also going to make use of. These were all good pickups. We're going to make more money, I think, on the loot than we will on the mission. Your men go about finishing off the last of the survivors. It's mostly a matter of running corpses through with a quick stab or two. Some bodies still jump, but you know they're gone. You're not sure why they still move like that, as if the man that once was left his fear behind. Others don't react at all. There's one scream from a soldier who tried to hide, but he is quickly silenced. With the field littered with the defeated, you tell the light brigade to go loot what they can and prepare for the trip back to the Vizier. So, we might have a few upgrades here. This is a 140, so that's not going to be anything better. But these are 130s. We must have... No, that's a 150. Do we have any crossbow bros? No. Actually, no upgrades for that. But the male coif might be an upgrade for an archer bro. These are 70 with 3. Let's take the 80. That's a Saleh helmet. That's great. Yeah, this is insane. This is a 110. 120. So one step. This is the heavy male coif. One step behind a Saleh helmet. Good to know. I actually didn't know that. We'll put that on there. And I think with that, we're good. We also picked up some basic male shirts and some male hauberks. I think our frontliners probably have... Nope, this is a 130. So, let's hook you up. That's a slight upgrade for you, but worth it. And then some more upgrades for our backliners. Who has the better fatigue? Like Heracles does, but that kind of plays into his nimble dodge. He did also just level. Let's grab him some range skill and some fatigue. And everything else looks okay. He's in the minuses in terms of his defenses. Probably just grab some additional HP. That ended up being 4 HP. And for him, it feels like fast adaptation is just something that I need to have. Overwhelm is great. His initiative is high. He's actually a bro that can use it. So we'll keep it on him. This looks good for quick draw. Your initiative is also quite high. Sure, you take this. And I think with that, we're good to go. We got 2 more levels. Gisbert leveled. Sweet. Gisbert is another nimble dodge bro, who could use a little bit more pumping in the initiative department. Let's take a 4 in range skill, a 5 in initiative, and I think we take a 3 in fatigue. He's just an all-around good bro. His stars are in some pretty decent spots when you consider melee and range skill. It's quite good. Another bro that I'm probably going to end up taking fast adaptation on, and because his initiative is still kind of low, even with the basic male shirt with the hyena attachment, which is giving him a bonus 15 initiative. So I'm not going to grab overwhelm on him right away. Rotation is something I'll probably get on them, but for right now, let's grab fast adaptation. He's going to end up with decent range skill by the end of this, in the low to mid 80s. And then Galdrick here finally hits level 11. His final rolls, let's take the 3 there. We don't pump his defensive stats because it's not worth it, because he's got 4 permanent injuries. 3 melee skill, 3 fatigue. Those are okay rolls. And then I think I'm just going to take a 4 in resolve. Maybe that seems weird, but getting him into a really strong resolve place I think feels good. If I do still want him to be a lone wolf brother, and I think I do, once he's fully decked out in Irajot gear, he will make a mighty lone wolf bro. He's just not quite there right now. His melee skill at some point is going to be in the 90s. We'll manage to get some of his defensives back once we lose the broken knee. His fatigue will come back to a decent amount once he gets his nose unbroken. But these 2 picks are pretty crucial for what we're going to get. I think it's going to be Lone Wolf, which for most battles won't honestly do anything. Do we have... Who's another Lone Wolf? Is it Erham... No, Erhamian? Neither Erhamian nor Muldoon are Lone Wolves. Yeah. Definitely Galdrick. I need to have at least one. And he's probably going to be the guy who goes and duels the possessed armor. Let's take that. And then lastly here, what do we take? Tons of options. I like what we already have. Reach Advantage, Underdog, Colossus, and Battleforge are all great defensive perks. And so is Lone Wolf, if you've got the stats to make it work. But his melee defense and range defense won't get buffed almost at all by this. 15% of 2 is nothing. But lastly here, what are we going to go for? Could go for Steel Brow. Yet another defensive perk. 9 lives, I don't hate. Adrenaline can sometimes be good, as can Recover. Though I'm usually pretty damn disappointed by Recover. I'm going to hold off on spending the last perk. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think I should do. I'm definitely open for suggestions there. There's so many things there that a lot of it looks about as good as another suggestion. There's nothing there that really stands out to me as what we have to do. Switch out Liebwin here. Okay. If I come across a battle in the desert, I'll probably take it, even though I think my inventory is getting pretty damn full. And let's hope to make a fat fortune. I don't know how many tools they have for sale, so it might be a little risky to repair stuff. Let me see. Because there is a lot of stuff to repair that could be worth a lot more money. I mean, even these, honestly, these falchions we should repair. The scimitar we should repair. Yeah, there's a lot here. Alright, let's get there. That's going to take the majority of my tools. But I do have enough, surprisingly. And I wonder how close we're getting to the end of the war. Our ambition should be triggering any second now, really. We've also got an arena battle that we can take. That's going to be fun. We're going to do that pretty much right away. We're going to do that right now. Shield says, Bear Hat says, this is excellent time to sell things. Let's do it. Could consider keeping kite shields or heater shields, both really. Just to have his options to switch out in fights where it makes sense. I'm being a little bit cautious with what I sell and how I sell it. I know I don't need all of this. I'm probably just gonna... The paints are fun, man. I always end up using them. I don't think I need that. Can sell that. Make a little cash there. And just like that, we're up to almost 31 grand. Wow. We're gonna have to spend a lot of it on these tools. That's 100. Just buy the 140. And we do need ammunition. I'll buy another 100. And the food here is super cheap. Can we get up to 9 days? Yeah, we should buy this. Can we get up to 10? Not quite. They had a good harvest. That's one of the conditions of this place currently. And we just spent a small fortune. I don't know if we really need to keep some of the gear that we're currently keeping, like the Shamshir or this heavy southern mace. Could probably sell that. We'll get rid of that. I don't think I need a tier 2 crossbow just hanging out in my inventory. I probably also don't need this heavy southern mace. Yeah, we'll just sell that. Kind of tempted to go ahead and buy this sword lance. I'd like to replace all my bill hooks with sword lances just to have the option. And then we're super happy here to see some more fire pots. We used so many of them in previous episodes that restocking on them is excellent. I wish the potions were great. This one could be good. A potion of knowledge. I could see using this, picking up a new bro and trying to level him very quickly. Having bonus resolves could be good. Just to start stocking up on stuff like this for the really late game stuff. This could be good for Galdrick, giving him a potion so that he's not affected by his injuries. But let's see what they have in the arena for us. There's nothing on the page because I fear the desert's wrath. If I dare to illuminate its most ferocious presence. You're fighting 6 Ifrits. That's interesting. Have to imagine they'll merge together to throw junk at me. I accept. This is one we can win. For sure. Now, Galdrick's going in. He's got to earn his arena master. How has he fought in 11 matches? I thought 10 was how you got arena master. Is it 12? It is. Okay, we definitely want him to have that. So you're in, sir. Miguel is probably a monster versus Ifrits. Let's start working on his career. And then who else? Versus Ifrits, man. Obviously, our Hamian's also a master. Could bring in Arantir. Or perhaps, no, it'll be Theodore. We're just going to go in like this. And bringing our shield in the front. So that they're going to throw at Theodore. And our Crippling Strikes Executioner on several of our frontline bros is not going to be useful versus Ifrits. Did I change out? Did I give them collars? Nope. Gotta remember to do that. But it does help us whenever we fight humans. Let's give the crowd something to cheer for, people. Yep, and here they go. Now the only question is, do they merge into a big boy? Which we really, really don't want to fight. Locking it down feels sketchy. Let's go here. Splitting up like this might have been bad. But if we can smash this thing... Oh my god, and we miss an 89%. Might just want a shield wall with Theodore here, even though his weapon's pretty good for this. But now that he's triple surrounded, I'm going to say, if we miss another attack, we're going to feel real bad. Good hit. Let's finish it. It might not seem like a lot, but missing with Miguel that first attack was brutal. It looks like we might make it up. Oh my god, come on, man. That's a 91. We missed an 89 and a 91. We'll step in here. They're probably going to throw again. And separate. Yeah, pretty crummy misses from some of our better bros. But I think this is all okay. Famous last words. I was going to say, you missed that one, you're out of the squad, man. Pick up your toys and go home. Nice. We're not making a ton off of this, so I would like to not take 1,000 crowns worth of damage from the fight we're only getting paid like 1,200 to do. And our bros are kind of already exhausted. But not bad. I was a little more worried about this than perhaps I needed to be. Step in, step in. And down they go. Very good. Gildrick is now an arena veteran, and Miguel is now a pit fighter. That was good for us. There's no more missions for us here. It's very tempting, I think, to sit here for a second and just repair, heal, and maybe take another arena fight before crossing the desert again. Back to Al-Hazred, or Al-Hazif. Can't go north because, of course, they hate us. Could take this opportunity perhaps to explore a little. That might be worth something to me. Go here and here. And see if we could even travel by road and see if we want to maybe pick up some caravans. That could be fun. Let's camp. And here we get our next oath. So some oath takers take to silence, others to songs and ballads. You yourself stand in much quiet, though the noise of the Light Brigade's doings murmur from the campgrounds. If you are to seek out young Anselm's guidance, then surely he needs to know that you don't come alone. As you start to think the oath taker is not going to show up, a thought flashes across your mind. The purpose and mission of the Light Brigade is now clearer than ever. In an instant, young Anselm's auguries come to your mind, and you know that the company shall undertake but one oath. We must have the courage to face down any challenge, no matter how daunting. Your men will never flee in battle, but our men gain less experience, which at this point is not a terrible detriment. Most of our brothers are around the level 10, level 11 mark. So I don't hate this. Men never fleeing is mostly a benefit, sometimes a detriment. This is kind of like a middle of the road. Like, we could take this if we really hate these others. Because right now, having a bonus to fighting beasts, like from the Oath of Dominion here, is not good. We're not fighting any beasts, mostly. So having these bonuses are just terrible because we're getting the burden when we fight the men that we're probably going to be fighting. And then this here is for us to fight the undead. So we're going to have to take this. It's a 15% debuff to our experience gain, which does suck. But it is what it is. We're just going to accept it. But, you know, don't forget, we're getting an experience buff from student, taking student on every brother. So it's not terrible. It's dawn. I was about to say, I don't think they're going to have gotten anything, any deliveries or what have you in that time, short amount of time. We just need to come back. Let's wait. We have to wait till midday. I should have remembered that. So we're coming back at midday. A few brothers come back to you with the most curious of stories. Apparently Arantir, the ever sure-footed sellsword, managed to make a bit of a name for himself in Kima Ramal. While carousing with ladies on a tavern staircase, the banister broke and a damsel went careening downward. With a horn of ale in one hand and a winch wrapped in the tender grip of the other, the mercenary stuck his foot out and managed to catch the falling mistress on the toe of his boot, quite literally bringing her to heel, much to the roaring applause of the inebriated crowd below. You ask where he is now. The mercenaries laugh. Dropping trowel with the easily impressed. What else? And he becomes euphoric. Awesome. I wonder if that happened because I'm hanging around the city for a while. And there we go. With midday past, we're good to go. No new stuff, of course. And yeah. Nothing that I need. Alright. Let's see what they want me to fight. I was about to say, this could go terribly wrong if they want me to fight like a Lindworm, and I'll sit this one out. So we paid a little bit of a price there for sitting. There was also a chance, I think, I don't remember how it works in regards to the specifics of when you get new contracts. Maybe if I had waited till the afternoon, one might have popped up, but that was a risk we took. I don't want to take a Lindworm fight. I don't know if our brothers can handle it. Truly. Let's put our dogs back where they go. And let's paint something. What are we painting? You can paint this, right? Yeah, there we go. Get some colorful helmets. Sweet. Got like racing patterns on there. Hellenberg is a fort. We got to be careful how close we get here. An army could pop out of here that we really don't want to fight. We're pretty fast. We should be faster than anything. Now, they're actually maybe not. They have ruins of their fortifications. But that doesn't mean that there couldn't be some like big army on the road here. We shouldn't be too carefree with how we travel. I was really hoping, though, to find like a caravan, a trade caravan, something we could ambush. You know, they have one Arbalister. It's a shame that we fought with a chance to get 2 good tier 3 crossbows and didn't get any. There's a chance here we could get one. Our Hamion's back in fighting shape. Put him in over Mudun, perhaps? Take out Liebwin instead, maybe? Something like that. Something like this. Geldrick can peel off and become a lone wolf if he likes. Our 2 strongest two-handed bros are holding down the flanks. And then we've got Miguel here who can whip out his weapon at will. And yeah, we're definitely going to want to take this. It's a good fight. It's an easy fight. Should be. Lots of experience. Good gear. And yeah, another tier 3 crossbow. Another chance at it. The War Dogs, as they were last time, are going to be more of a detriment to them than they are a benefit. 100% want to snipe this dude if we get a chance. That was an incredibly bad move from the AI. Beautiful. And we got the weapon this time. Hell yeah. Do like SpongeBob, do a victory screech. I don't know if any of you guys remember that. SpongeBob always just doing whatever the most annoying thing is that he can do. Alright, 1 dog down. Probably the most dangerous dude on the battlefield has been Ixnade. The bill hook and the pole hammer also quite annoying. We'll go for the line shot there. And we'll step in there. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded, as they say in Warhammer 40k. These guys left their back line a little exposed, so we're going to step in. Help them out. Surprised we didn't get the War Dogs here. Otmar missing all of his attacks has been pretty brutal. This has not been his episode. Yeah, that's rough. Getting stunned is pretty rough. Bypassing his shield wall there. A good chance we get hit by that. 2 injuries plus wavering. Gonna make him not too accurate, depending on what the injuries are, but that's generally how it goes. And a nice kill. Good shot, Skisbert. Well done. Gonna say that hurt. That hurt pretty bad. Let's step in here. And we'll step in here. Nice. And they're trying to lock me down, man, to the best of their ability with their shield wall, spear wall. Let's go ahead and get our bill hooks out. Our backliners don't really have good shots. Shoot into here, hope to get lucky. Nice to get some stacks of overwhelm and some routing too. Well, I know who we're not attacking. Let's get here and lock this guy down so he can't run. Holy crap. Okay, with that, Miguel is now in trouble. We got to step here. We might want to drop a dog too. We're going to jump here. We got the scare, but I was mostly hoping... And we got the full scare. Excellent. Yeah, that's great. I wasn't even daring to dream that we would get that lucky, but man, Miguel took a beating there. Well, we managed to... Look how many guys are feared. That was like 6 guys. That's not a super common occurrence without something like fearsome. Definitely run them down. That's big money just sitting there. Our banner situation is so weird and incorrect, frankly. Now you want to do something, Otmar? Been sitting on the sideline eating oranges all game. Drinking all the Gatorade. I remember when I was a kid and played, kid/teenager, playing football. One of the nicest feelings in the world was drinking a Gatorade and having, if you guys know what Florida water is, if you don't, look that up, Florida water, and having that like a nice towel just covered in cold Florida water, and they wrap that around your neck while you drink some Gatorade. That was so nice. Maybe one of the best feelings in the world. And we pick up 2 more male hauberks. Great pickups. And, of course, the piece de resistance is the heavy crossbow. But that fight was certainly worth it for us. And the crossbow is going to go to... Let's see. We've got Quick Draw. And we've got Liebwin. Liebwin's range skill is atrocious. So, falls to you, Quick Draw. Hopefully you can do something with that. And this... is an upgrade for you. Good, good. Our crossbowmen are all in male hauberks now. And I think our archers can stand to be in some slightly heavier stuff. It's not ideal, though. Might leave Airthorn alone to get the most out of Nimble Dodge. But I think that's fine. And then I think here we just go ahead and repair this stuff while we're thinking about it. And let's get to Al-Hazred and see if we can't pick up a contract before we head out for the day. We did quite the number on the Northern Soldiers this episode. And they do have missions for us. Excellent. The prices to buy here are terrible because they have ambush trade routes. But happy to see that we have the opportunity to build a Hyena Fur Mantle. Let's craft one of those. It's going to free up some space in our inventory, at the very least, even if we don't know who exactly at this moment we want to give it to. And this sucks, too. We finally are, like, swimming in cash. And there's nothing to spend it on. We'll sell the floppy hat. Keep a couple spares and call that good. Oh, the incense is good for selling here. Yeah, back up to 31 grand. Would be pretty nice if you had something for me, man. Check out the marketplace. We could use some more tools. There's nothing here that's good that's on sale. Any ridiculous hires that we have to have? Sellsword. A leveled sellsword. Not bad. But I think we're holding out. We only have space for one more guy. Yeah, whatever. So someone mentioned that I'm not getting paid enough. That I can use this bargaining, I think, 3 times. I'm not sure if this affects my reputation. Yeah. So, I'll accept this. Let me know in the comment section what the actual limits are to negotiating with the negotiator. Retinue, gentlemen. But it says allows for more rounds of contract negotiations. And without any hit to relations. So yeah, I just need to know how many times I can negotiate. Let me know. Let me know if you know. But guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brett. Channel's Good Talk Gaming. And as always, y'all, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.